Thank you. And first of all, thank you, Mr. O, for inviting us and for taking us to the after school yesterday. Thank you to the students and teachers of the after school. It was really remarkable to see that you can actually travel 12, 15, 14 hours from Denmark and see something so fascinating happening, being so similar to what we see at home as well. My name is Dina Knudsen. I was actually a student at this school, Vejle Sports School, the school that you see right here, 16 years ago. So in 2002, I spent 1 year as a student at that school. But to start out, I'll give you some insight on our student group. We are 130 students, so aged 18 to 25 years. Our students represent most part of the Danish society in relations to geography and also in relations to social class. 20% of our students have international backgrounds, so primarily from Western countries, but we have also had some Asian students, and we hope to see more Korean students after this anyway. So my job at the school, part of my job, is taking care of our international students. So describing to them what the school is about, explaining what they can expect from a stay at our school before they come to the school, so they are prepared to come to the school. So, what is it about? We want students, you've heard it before, but we want students to seize the good life as a citizen in society. So what is that? For us, for our school, we have a philosophy. Our school philosophy is that the good life is an active life where you engage yourself in others, in society. This standpoint or philosophy can be challenged by the students, and we welcome them to take up discussions on this. But this is our starting point for the discussions with the students. Okay. So to do this, to get them to reflect about the good life, we have 3 important factors that we want to expose them to when they come to our school. So we're a sports school, of course, there's the sports. Then there's the community part and the personal development part. Sports is one of the fundamental values behind our whole school. So we think that the good life is an active life. Sports is also the reason why students come to our school. It's an icebreaker when meeting new people, and it's a common ground for getting together between students, but also between students and teachers. It takes up a lot of the schedule, 50% of the schedule. You do sports when you're at our school, and you can see the dark blue spots here is where students choose their own sports, so they choose sports by their interests within the categories of ball games, fitness, outdoor, and endurance sports. So you can see all of our classes listed here. Sports classes are about practicing sports, about enjoying sports, and about acquiring athletic skills within that certain type of sports that you chose. It can also be about acquiring competencies within a professional field related to the world of sports, so health, nutrition, sports science, sports psychology, sports journalism. But it is also about acquiring personal competencies. So each type of sports has its own set of personal competencies that you need to be able to succeed in if you want to succeed in that kind of sports. And it is something that you can also use outside of the world of sports, so outside of the training room or the football field. Yeah, and the sports part, when I explain it to our international students, it doesn't really, I mean, even though we have a slightly different approach to the sports than what they're used to, it doesn't come as a surprise to them. So this is what they know in advance. Then there's the community part. So again, it's part of our fundamental set of values that to lead a good life, you need to engage yourself in other people, in society. And this whole boarding school idea where you stay together 24/7, you sleep, eat, study, you spend your spare time at the school, you don't really have something that you need to do outside of the school that much. It means that you create this small society at the school that really has lots of the same demands and structures of the real society, only there's one big difference, which is that there are no exams, you're free to explore more, you're free to practice, you're free to make mistakes. You don't have like a hammer falling on you if you do something wrong, someone judging you. So really, you can try new things, try yourself off to see what you like and what you enjoy. When they're here, we want to form this community because we want the students to gain practical experience. You've heard it before, but it's about belonging to a group. Actually, some of our students say that it's the first time they actually felt so much part of a group at the time they were at our school. So staying so close together, it's also about having to take others into consideration, which can be contrary to the individualized Western culture in Denmark, but which is also very important. Last but not least, we want them to gain experience leading a democratic lifestyle, so giving them the opportunity to make meaningful contributions to decision making, feeling that if they have something on their mind or if they want to change something, they actually have the power to do so. So one important thing is that when we take in new students, that we create this supportive social atmosphere for our students. And why is that? Well, we think that to develop, you need to feel safe. And again, it's about daring. It's about daring to try new things, to put something at risk and putting part of yourself at risk. So when you want to try new things, you have this risk of failure. So you can't have a social fear saying that, oh, I'm not sure I want to try this today because people are looking and so on. So really it's about feeling safe enough to plunge into new things and make mistakes and even want to try again, even if you make mistakes the first time. It's also about developing together. So really, when you're this close to people, it's like putting up a mirror in front of you, seeing sides of yourself that you might hadn't discovered before. For instance, if your roommate is annoyed by you, you need to actually reflect about yourself and think, hey, do I need to change a bit of myself to become a nicer person maybe? Or maybe I want to, or maybe I actually think that this is part of my values and this is who I am, so, you know, you have to live with it. But reflecting about yourself is what you do when you're so close to other people as well. And being accepted for who you are. I think, I can't remember, Søren said that it was about you can't hide. And my own personal experience at the school was that, you know, you see each other with ugly in the morning with morning hair, and you see each other when you're sad that you may be missing your parents, or that you feel scared if there's something new you want to try or do or whatever. And the thing is that when you have these friends and this social atmosphere around you who will accept you for who you are, even if they've seen all the worst sides to you, it's really a confidence boost. So it really is a way of reassuring that you're good enough the way you are, which again is a booster to the fact that you can actually go out in society and make changes. Oh yeah, so how do we do it? There will be lots, how do we create this social atmosphere? There will be lots and lots of social arrangements. And I think that might be the only requirement really there is at the school, that you have to engage in these things. You have to, in class, you have to engage in the other students. There will be social arrangements arranged by a teacher, maybe in the evening. And in the free time, the students will have arranged social activities, and it's really to open up and to form social relations so that you can have this community feeling. And this is what the international students are very surprised about, how strong the community is. I asked some of our international students to talk about their take on our atmosphere at the school. Can you turn it up a bit, maybe?
It's very cozy. The word here is hygge. And everyone just interacts with everyone. That's nice.
It's very, very nice. It's very...
It's awesome
yeah.
to be here.
The atmosphere is very close and safe. We feel very safe together with all our friends.
People are very happy all the time.
We are all big family.
There's always someone to talk with or to laugh with, and there's always a good mood and a good energy.
It's all for sports here, and that's what connects us together and makes us so good friends.
Good energy, also friendly. They helping each other so much.
And also teacher is so kind, and friends is also good.
And we all stay together and we're all friends here. It's so nice. It's called fellesskab in Danish. It's really important for everyone here.
Yeah. Last part is the personal development part, which is also a very important thing in our school, because to be able to seize the good life for yourself, you need to know what is the good life for you, and you need to have the competencies required to actually go and seize the good life. So when the students don't do sports, like Finn said, they could be in class. We have a class called Det gælder livet, which is using Google Translate. It will be something like it applies to life, but it's also a Danish expression saying that your life depends on it, which actually gives better meaning. But it's a class where students get together in small groups and they discuss things that matter to their lives. So pretty much they discuss or reflect about, like, who am I, who do I want to be, and how do I become that person? What does it take for me? What is the good life for me? What does it mean to be a good person? Issues that are related to all human beings around the world, like what gives meaning to me, my personality, what is like taboos, prejudice, love, death, life, my goals, professional as well as personal goals to life. Oh. And the personal development part also happens in the free time, since that's when the students actually try and use what they just discussed in class and take them into practice. So they try to get involved in each other and practicing this social entrepreneurship thing that, creating maybe social activities, building up the community, maybe the small community inside of the school, but also maybe outside of the school. And some of the students will be very competent to begin with, and other students might struggle a little bit finding out what is this and how do I do this. And then there will always be, also in the evening, there will always be a teacher present for chatting and guidance and so on. So I usually explain to the international students that they should expect the teacher-student relationship to be very unusual from what they know, more close and more personal. And since, there are no exams and no grades, the dialogue would be more equal. So really the task for the teacher is to try and know the students well enough to know their comfort zone and try and get them to maybe move a little bit out of their comfort zone to get back in, to try new things and to develop, seeing the unique talents or skills of every student. and poking them a little bit to see, okay, can you move maybe further here? Yeah. So this is one of our teachers high-fiving a student after she did a triathlon. Yeah. And our international students also are very surprised about how much they develop personally. So this is Erica saying that now she knows a lot more about herself. Yeah. So this was it for me. Thank you for your time.